Hello and welcome to this CGTN live broadcast. I'm Chengxi coming to you live at the foot of the Great Wall of China in Beijing. Now, it is an exceptionally cold winter in the suburb of Beijing, but that's not going to cool off people's desire to come out and have a good time. Now, what's happening here is what's called a miaohui or temple fair. It is an age-old tradition dating back to perhaps 1,000 years. It is a carnival throughout the Chinese New Year where families come out and enjoy themselves. And there are a lot of things to do which we will explore today. Now, before we dig into that, let's talk to the assistant president of the Beijing W Town, which is a very attractive tourist spot here in Beijing. And let's get a sense of the miaohui that's happening here this year. 您好，您大概讲讲今年的这个亮点吧。What are the special features this year?
古北水镇景区今年推出了长城庙会过大年的这样的一个主题啊，在这样的一个主题下面呢，我们推出了多种活动，一个呢是八旗围炉宴。第二个呢，就是我们也做了花卉巡游，以及非遗手作，还有冰雪项目。那么我们今年实际上是针对家庭、亲子以及老年群体，我们都提供了大量的这种春节氛围的一些传统文化体验包括我们的一些祈福的活动也是为广大游客提供一个传统的文化的新年，同时也有一些浓浓的春节的这样的一些温暖。
So what they've prepared here are all kinds of stalls that sells local handicrafts, and also these 8 big food stalls that offer food that are cooked on the spot. We're going to try some of those out today. And also, you can also see there are a lot of people behind me. As you can see, China upgraded its COVID prevention measures, and a lot of travel restrictions were lifted. And the result are just a lot of people coming out to enjoy the Chinese New Year. Get us a sense of how many people are coming out this year to this temple fair. 今年庙会您预计能有多少的游客？
今年受疫情的这个政策取消呢，我们整体从除夕到初五，整体的预订率呢已经达到了90%。那因为游客呢也发生了一些结构上的变化。过去几年呢主要是以北京游客为主，今年呢我们的游客除了北京游客以外，周边城市以及华北地区中远端的游客呢也都走出了家门，来到古北水镇来去过这个传统的新年。
Now, because of the upgrade of the COVID policies, a lot more people are coming out to this tourist spot. And Mr. Bao has just told me that the hotels here have been booked to about 90% capacity, which is a marked increase from that of last year. And also, the town is also attracting not only Beijing locals, but people from, for example, Hebei province, from around Beijing, who used to be deterred about traveling across provincial lines and city lines because of COVID measures. But now the scenes of the people enjoying themselves here are coming back. Thank you very much, Mr. Bao. Thank you very much. Right. Let's check out some of the things on offer here, shall we? Now, well, for example, first thing first, there are a lot of food here. And also, as far as I know, Temple Fair is an event that adults and children can get to enjoy themselves. And a lot of the enjoyments is food. For example, you can see here, it is people cooking what's called sugar-coated horseberry skewer. It is a very traditional Beijing snack. So you can see it everywhere around Beijing, and also many of the northern cities in China. It is sweet with a coat of sugar outside of the horseberries, so you can get a very nuanced balance of sweetness and sourness that make them a very good appetizers to whatever you're gonna have for lunch. Right, let's move on now. Now these new food stalls were new this year. They didn't have any of these last year. And because of the upgrade of COVID policies, they've drastically expanded what they have on offer this year. And I can see that they've made the right decision because there was just a lot of people here. Now let's try out some of them. Now this is a stall that sells sweet dumplings. Now Chinese families usually have dumplings at a Chinese New Year. 谢谢 Thank
我
you.
们刚才这2碗35的。
Now these are sweet dumplings. Well, let's go over there and I'll show you more in detail. Oh, and the desk. The desk is hot as well. It's heated, so it's a very sweet design because a lot of people here are going to be eating in the outdoors, and it's very cold here now in Beijing. I think -5 Celsius, and it is a good design that get people warm while they're eating. So let's get back to the sweet dumplings. Chinese people have dumplings during the Chinese New Year, especially at the Chinese New Year's Eve. The tradition is that by midnight, you're always going to have dumplings to welcome the New Year. In the northern part of China, they eat more traditional dumplings with salty, savory fillings. And these sweet dumplings are usually had in southern part of China, and they have sugary ingredients. Whew, let's have some. I think this is sesame, black sesame. It's very, you can see it oozing out, and it's very sweet, very rich, as you can imagine, the sesame mixed with sugar. It's a very, very tasty dish. I'm going to finish this one. And also, you can see, okay, I'm going to come back and finish this one. But let's get moving. You can see the round shape of the sweet dumplings. It symbolizes the wholeness and togetherness of the Chinese New Year, because the reason why people have dumplings, the sweet dumplings, round sweet dumplings in Chinese New Year, is that it symbolizes families getting together and having a sweet New Year. And because of the lifting of COVID measures, a lot of people finally get to travel back to their hometowns without restrictions during the Spring Festival, which is an age-old tradition. So the result is that a lot of people are coming back to their hometown I think for the first time in the past 3 years. Oh, what do we have here? I think this is I just finished something sweet, but I think this is a more savory and, let me say, heavy dish. It says on the poster here, this is a very traditional local Beijing cuisine. This is in Beijing called fried liver. Well, it's not. It doesn't look fried, but it's a very rich dish made of, as you can guess, pork liver. 你好，有没有餐具？筷子。哦，在那边。Right, let me get. 还差一个那个。哎，好嘞，这。Let me show you some of the ingredients. It has garlic, coriander, and this is the pig liver here. And you can see the very, very thick soup here. It is a very rich dish. I think it has a very strong garlic smell, which I like it very much. Don't worry, my eating is not going to take up the entire live stream. This is very good. And as I talked about, this is traditional local Beijing cuisine. And a temple fair like this, a very rich northern Chinese culture, is something that many Beijing locals sorely miss for the past 3 years because there were a lot of them in Beijing, and they've been canceled because of the COVID policies during the past 3 years. And this year, this Beijing W Town tourist spot is one of several in the city that is proudly bringing this tradition back. Now, this is another thing that children might like. Marshmallow. You can see the kids taking an interest. The sweets are always going to be the thing that attract the younger audiences here. Also, another one of a very traditional local handicraft. It's mostly just pure sugar, so it's very soft to eat. Just don't put it in water. Don't dip it in water. A friendly advice. Let's move on. Now, also on that side, you can see on that side a traditional Beijing opera. Beijing opera is taking place. You can see a line of audiences here admiring the opera. It's been going on for the entire day now. There are a lot of dragon dances, lion dances, and this one is Peking opera. We'll let you appreciate a section of it. It has subtitles on the right. All right, I hope you enjoyed this part. As far as I can tell, it is a story about a traditional military family, and that's as much as I know. I'm not really well versed in the art of traditional Chinese opera, but let's check out something more, huh? Right, this is a stall where you can write traditional Chinese calligraphy. 您好，您先示范一下，给我们写一张可以吗？
好嘞，那我要给您
您要写什么呢？
我给您写个招财进宝，好不好？
好的。All right, he's going to write for us a very complex character. It is this character. It is not a real Chinese character per se, but 4 characters mixed into one. It's called 招财进宝, which together makes up a phrase, means attracting fortune and bringing in treasures. And apparently Chinese people love this phrase so much that they make it into one character. 很棒，谢谢。So this is the character. 您能给我们指一下"招财进宝"这4个字是怎么构成的？
招财进宝，你看这块是一个宝字，这块是一个宝字，是吧？
好 ，this is one character.
这个走之跟这个部分是一个繁体的进字。
This is another character here.
是吧？你看这个部分是一个财字，是吧？这个是招。
So this is
这个
a
部分是
character.
招财进宝。4个字组成，招财进宝。
So different parts of different characters make up different words. It's a very clever way of mixing 4 characters together into one single character. 那我可以写一个字吗？
可以啊，来，行。
但是我不怎么会写。I'm not full disclosure.
写个小福字。
Full disclosure. I don't know how to use the Chinese writing brush that much. And the pressure is mounting because if our camera can point pan to the left, you can see a lot of people are watching me. Now, and on top of that, I risk embarrassing myself in front of a global audience. No, let's put it this way. I'm sure I will embarrass myself. 福字. Okay, I'm going to write the word fortune. 我就学这个了。
好的。不错，一个大福字儿，
Right, this is the fortune, the character fortune that I wrote. What do you think? 您觉得写的怎么样？
非常好，也预祝咱们电视机前的朋友新年有福，带福回家。咱们有一个活动，带福回家。
谢谢。He's wishing everyone a year of fortune in the year of rabbit, and I want to wish everyone in front of our screen a very fruitful Chinese New Year. I did pretty well. 我先放在这里哈。
好嘞，
谢谢。
再见。还有小朋友写的，可以过来写啊。
I hope you are getting a taste of what the temple fair is like. And well, let's just walk randomly and explore some more. 我们再去看看吹糖人那里。Let's explore a final thing. It is a handicraft that I found about an hour ago that is very interesting. I have to show you that. You can see he is getting busy now. This is a handicraft called a sugar figurine. It is a very local, age-old Beijing craftsmanship. Now you can see how it's done. He's getting to his next one. So the artists pick up a bit of malt sugar, quickly twist it. He was asking what the customer, the girl standing next to him, what she wanted, what kind of shape she wanted. And quickly, he's pulling out a straw-like shape. I think the fun thing is that he lets his customers blow the air into the sugar figurine and quickly twist it into all kinds of shapes. It's a very, very fun process. And it's adding an extra layer of fun for the buyers as well, because he or she gets to be just a part of the making process. I think this is a rabbit, a very fitting shape for this year, because this year is the year of rabbit. She just keeps blowing air in it. Oh, it's getting too big? No. And that's how it's done. All right. Amazing, isn't it? So as you can see, a temple fair is just a place where both grown-ups and children get to get together and have fun. As you can see, it was a sugar rabbit. I think it's a very, very fitting ending to our live broadcast today. This year is the year of the rabbit, and I hope everyone a very lively year, just like the rabbit. And before we leave, I'll give you a final peek of the temple fair here at the foot of the Great Wall. And that concludes our live broadcast. I'll see you in the next one.